Welcome back to Chez La Vie. Well, this episode, Jim is back and we are finishing up the work in the VIP cabin. Just going to replace the last bilge switch in there, and then we are done with the work in that cabin and I'll be able to start in on the cosmetics. Also, I am messing around with my brand new 5G router from Pepwave today. And sadly, things will not go so well today sometimes because, well, Jim and I are butting heads over what to do in the master bedroom with the flooring. You know, I really wanted to cut that whole section out, but it is part of the journey of restoring an old boat. So stick around. We've got a few cool things and some meh, but you know, it is what it is. When I first got on the boat, I was using my MoFi device, which is a great device, but it is strictly 4G. I've used MoFi for years and years. A lot of my customers are running on MoFi out in the rural areas. It's pretty darn good. Since I am in a more populated area, or urban area as we call it in my business, I decided to switch up to the Pepwave 5G device. And it's a little bit expensive. It's about $999 retail, and I still haven't gotten to try it on the actual millimeter waves. I'm only getting like the in bands or the mid-range bands, but getting some pretty sweet speeds. Download anyway. Upload not so great because even though this is a pretty powerful device, the antennas are very small. And so I'm probably going to add an external omnidirectional high gain antenna up on the radar arch that will bring the signal into either a booster or directly to this device. I'm also going to marry this with Starlink, so I'll have both. You know, Starlink works out in the middle of the ocean. It's very expensive. $250 for 50 gigs, but that'll run all your equipment. I opted for the full size, not the mini, because this has more power, and power directly translates to performance. So the mini will perform about like a 4G LTE device, maybe a little bit better. This will perform more like fiber. And so I'll do another video, a more in-depth video about that. But this is my new Pepwave running on my Ladybug wireless SIM card, and I'm pretty darn happy with that. Now I'm going to head below and check on Jim, who is installing the new float switch for the bilge pump.
All right. There we go, one float switch.
Yay!
Oh, I hate that.
What?
I hate it when they put, all the new bus bars are Phillips head. The old ones were flat heads.
Right. Well, you got a Phillips head screwdriver.
Huh?
You got a Phillips head screwdriver.
Right, but the old ones are flat heads. So I got to get a flathead to take the screws out.
Oh, that one's flathead.
These are.
Yeah.
Yeah, all the new ones are all Phillips heads.
I got my little handy dandy dude right here.
Oh, do you?
Of course
Okay,
I do.
Put a small flathead on there.
All right. I can do that for you.
And then I can...
This is going to wind up being the best $11 I ever spent.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, there ain't nothing wrong with that. All right. Perfect. All right. I'm going to loosen up this one. All right.
Yep, just don't drop them in the water. I'd rather not flip another breaker. God, I still can't believe we cut that live wire yesterday. By the way, I did videotape that.
Oh, okay, that's good.
That'll be some funny
I like
shit.
the spark and stuff. All right, let's see what we got in here. Probably a Phillips head. Yeah, that's just too low to put them when you put them on the board that the pump is on.
He's gonna text me the number. He didn't text me, damn it. I'll call up there today and remind him, please text me that phone number of the guy for the Hynotic.
Oh yeah, Hynotic guy.
Yeah.
There's somebody here in Fort Lauderdale that does that.
There's
Hynotic
a few guys. Yeah.
I mean, you can find everything for boats possible here.
I know, that's why I decided to stay, even though the insurance company pitched a freaking fit.
Oh, did they?
Oh, yeah, I didn't get wind coverage.
Oh, okay.
I don't have storm coverage. It's something coming out of the drawer.
Light switch wire?
I don't
it's
know.
It's a double wire.
It's coming up from there.
Oh, it's coming up from down there?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Well, I don't know.
Speaker wire, maybe. It's awfully fine.
Yeah, it is.
It's too fine for light switch.
Yeah, it's probably an indicator light. It'd be the thing that would operate. Okay. Oh shit! Now I gotta get freaking screws.
I think you just put your finger on another one like that.
There's another one right there.
All right. Yay!
If I can get it out.
Oh, ouch! Don't do that.
Well, that's just gonna make the pump come on.
Well,
as it goes through that, it comes back to that. I gotta go over it a little bit more. Hang on one second.
Don't kick that metal.
I wanna. What am I dragging?
I don't know. It's under the drawer.
Okay, do you want me to pull the drawer out and find out what it's attached to? Okay.
Yeah. There's a blanket in there. Let me pick your water up. Get out of the way. That won't need to.
Okay, I'm going to have to.
And that's what I didn't want to happen.
I got to clear this area.
Close the hatch.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, it's a water alarm. But it isn't connected.
No.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. It's that high water alarm.
Is that the beeper?
Yeah, it'll go off if water is coming into that cavity.
Okay, so the other end of this has a sensor on it.
Yeah, that box is a sensor, but they didn't.
Is this battery operated?
No, that's why it's got a wire. But I don't think it's connected. Is it connected?
Okay, well I pulled it out.
No,
it's not connected. So I guess it's not going to work.
No, I don't think it is.
Okay, well, let me put the drawer back in. Let me just take out the wire.
The really good place to put it is not under the drawer, but right there on that stringer.
Usually you're going to know when you're walking around in water on this deck that you've got water in your bilge.
I'd put it on the stringer underneath the drawers. So, see, there's that big space between the floor and the stringer. I would set it right there and wire it out.
Well, hang on one second. That's the thin wire. Mm-hmm. Okay. Here is...
Careful, because it might zap you.
No. It's not going to be any great voltage. Okay, here's the connections where it makes it into your boat system. Okay. So somewhere in your boat... Let me see where the other end of that wire goes. Oh, it's this thing. Oh, it's a vacuum pressure switch. You see this little bell down there? Mm-hmm. See that little thing there?
Yeah.
Okay, when water comes up inside of it,
it's supposed to make a high water alarm.
Yeah, it's basically a float switch.
Okay.
Why isn't it working?
Well, I don't think we've had water that high.
No, I just lifted the damn thing.
Oh, well then it's probably fried.
Okay. Are we taking it out?
Maybe, but I'd like to replace it.
Okay, well the thing is, what I want to do is I want to cut the wires and hook them together and see if the bell rings upstairs, or see if you got like a high water alarm light at the dash. Okay. See, once these two are connected together, it should make something come on in the boat that says you got high water in your bilges.
Okay.
So what I want to do is check the rest of the boat system. We know this part's fucked up.
Okay.
So I want to check that.
I love how you just cut live wires.
I'm still alive, right?
I know.
The problem is these wires are
so tiny.
Yeah, they are so tiny that. Okay, at least I got a good shine on that one. Okay. Did that one come off?
Yep. Nope.
Nope.
Looked like it did, but then.
Yeah. That shiny wire.
Yep.
Normally when they're this small, you just take a lighter and you
melt it off.
You just light it and then just like that, and it just wipes it right off. It's so
thin. I think you got it.
Now I got it.
Now you got it for sure.
Okay. Okay, can you go to the dash?
Yep.
And just
see if anything's going off?
Yeah, kind of look around. Also, maybe look on the front of the dash.
Okay.
You know, like where the kitty boy system is, you know, fire extinguisher system.
Okay.
It's usually out in the front, not on the top. It's like in the front like that.
Okay.
Okay, just take a look around there, or look anywhere that you can see where they got a panel that, you know, says high water or a fire or anything like that.
All right, be right back. So I ran upstairs, but when he triggered that little fine wire, no lights came on. So I think whatever that was, it is toast, and we are going to throw that away. I put in a Govee system, which is just temporary until I get my full monitoring system up and going. Has these little sensors that sit in the bilge, and they connect to this gateway. And if the alarm goes off, my phone goes banana, and so does the gateway. Makes a lot of noise. My AC unit that sits under that bed drains into the starboard side sump box, and so I plan on tying that AC drain that we put in over into that drainage system so that it can start running into the sump box as it should, rather than into the bilge. Last but not least, Jim fixed the lip on the hatch so that it would sit nice and snug in the floor and not rock and roll when you stood on it. You're in a good mood this morning.
Pokey, okay. Okay, let me pass this out to you.
All right, got it.
Don't need that around.
It's up on the bed if you need it.
Okay, let me get the other piece of wood out of the bilge. Alright. That's the straight edge.
Whoops, don't drop that in the bilge. Little drop light's been a godsend.
Oh yeah.
Do you want me to come and hold that?
Nope. I'm gonna put a C-clamp on it so that I can power in the screws without pushing the wood down when I do it.
Right.
Okay, and then I'll come back and put a screw here for this one that's bowing down.
Yeah.
Okay, got that.
What you need? Want the power drill?
The bags of screws that we brought in here.
I don't know what you did with them.
Okay.
Oh, they're here by your knees.
Okay.
What would you do without me, Jim?
Okay. Well, I'd be getting back up and down 20 times.
I know.
Okay, that's the short ones.
But it's nice to be useful.
Yep, okay. These are the short ones.
All right. Well, don't we need a little bit longer? Because it's got to go through an inch, a little over an inch.
These are 1.5 inches.
Okay.
We're dealing with 2 pieces of 3/4 inch plywood.
Okay.
So this is how far that's going to go down. You see how much that's going to go in there?
Yep.
So it's going to go in.
Okay.
Almost sticking out the other side.
Good.
Which we don't want. We don't want it sticking out the other
nope,
side.
Nope, but we want it all the way through. We don't want anybody's foot going through the hatch.
No, this thing is going to be
rock solid. Park a tank on it.
Nobody's going to be able to.
That light fixture really wants to jump in the bilge. There it goes again. Here, let me pull the cord back a little bit. So.
Okay.
There you go.
All right, that's it for that drill. Okay, you got your drill here?
I got my drill here. Well, we are finally done with all the work that needs to be done in this room. So I can close up the floor and put the carpet back down. And now it's just a matter of cosmetics in here. I want to refinish some of the woodwork. And I want to replace the curtains and the linens, obviously. And probably going to do something with this mirror back there. It's got some spots in it. But I'm not going to touch any of this year. I'm just going to do new linens. So now it's time to move back into the master. And Jim and I are butting heads over several things. First off, how much of the subfloor to actually replace, and what is causing the hump in the floor.
It don't look like it's real bad back here.
No, that's all fiberglass back under there.
No.
No, it's rotting from the bottom side.
Oh, is it?
Yes.
Okay, but up here, you can definitely
We could do the epoxy trick up here too, I guess. It just seems to makes more sense to replace it.
I can't replace all the wood in this stateroom.
It's
down each side.
2 sheets of plywood. So if I pull all this up, can you carry it off the boat and help me cut it, and then I'll put it down?
What are you pulling up?
The floor.
Wow.
I can't carry it.
Yeah, but you're going to try cutting this up.
You just unscrew it.
Yeah, but I mean, you know that they're all hex screws.
I know, they're the
Hatteras screws.
I know.
This
I've got plenty of bits. Sometimes I think you like to argue with me while you're thinking about things.
I don't know. I don't think at all.
You do.
No thinking. I do no thinking. I have no brain for that.
Whatever.
You could do a patch in this floor and you could go cruising for a couple of years. It's not like...
But then I got to ruin the carpet and ruin the room to fix it later.
Well...
It'll make a huge fucking mess in here later.
You can take the carpet back out. If you do a transition strip at the door, the carpet can be removed later. And this little tack strip that they put down can pop right off again too. So getting back at this again with brand new carpeting in here, you do not have to throw away the carpeting to do that. You just pop it up, roll it up, take it out of the boat. Then you can chop the whole floor up. But if you start chopping this thing up right now, you're not gonna be able to put it back together quick.
I don't think we're putting it back together quick now.
Hang in there, Squidward.
Okay.
All right,
so that board there is just laying loose in that piece there.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me get the plywood back here in your gizmo saw, and I can cut that. I got the screws to put that in.
Okay.
And then we have to figure out what we're going to, because that one top piece that they put in was cut the right shape and everything. The piece that goes in here, second piece.
No, it was little pieces.
No, the second piece, the one on top.
Yeah, but it was cut in little pieces. I don't want to do that again.
Okay. So what we got to do is we got to lay them out on a new piece of plywood and then draw it out to shape and then cut it because it fit good the way they had it.
So, but we're replacing all of this in here. So why copy their humpy, screwy, when you walk on it work?
Yeah, because
that doesn't make sense.
Right shape.
But it's not anymore.
Okay.
We're gonna replace all of this. It's all rotten. So it's all gotta go.
Well, if you're talking you want to do the whole floor.
We have to. Look at how rotten all that is.
Then we're gonna need a carpenter to come in here and do this.
Okay.
I just
a carpenter to me does this kind of work.
Okay.
All right. Well, if you won't do it, I'll.
He could do these walls.
Yeah, but see, we don't need somebody that can do that. We just need somebody that can cut some right angles.
Okay. Well, you're gonna need a real carpenter to replace all this. To do a patch, I could probably do a patch. To do a whole floor, I can't do that. This one here is.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't want you to butt into that. I really want you to cut that off of that stringer.
All right, then.
Okay.
Then
because that's part of the hump that we have to get rid of.
Well, I can get rid of the hump without that by putting more tension on these wedges in here.
I think you're just going to make the hump bigger.
Well, no. Once you attach this to this, now you're going to have the weight of this new deck to that, and it's going to push that curve down. It was cracked along here.
I know, because they pushed it up.
Right, and then once you start screwing it down to this, it's going to pull that down.
I know, but it's going to pull it down to there, and now here, see how much higher it is on that end?
I don't have the clamp on. This board comes up to this. This board comes up to here.
That's not going to get rid of the hump, Jim. That's what I'm trying to explain to you. The hump is caused by that 2x4.
Okay. Well, that's beyond.
It needs to come down.
That's a carpenter's job. If you're going to get to that, yes, it is.
It's just cut the wrong size 2x4 out like you did here. That's all. You cut the wrong size. This 2x4 was too tall to come from this stringer across, and it's just too tall to be on that stringer. It needs to come off of that stringer.
Okay, then you need a carpenter to cut it.
Why? You cut this. Why can't you cut that?
This is a patch that I can put in, and I can make the floor level again. You're wanting to get into something more complicated, and I don't
see how what you're gonna do is gonna make this level again. But I'll make a bet with you. You do it your way, and if it's not level, you got to tear it out and do it my way. Fair?
No. You just need to get a carpenter down here.
Needless to say, after this day, I definitely needed a chance to unwind and relax, and I will just deal with the floor later. Hope y'all enjoyed the video, and I will see you on the next one.